Class. Yay, everybody. Welcome to our almost weekly, Dream Achievers Zoom call. We have a special guest on this evening, and she's in the middle of my screen. Her name is Britney Vickery, and she is our chief, I have to look at your signature, Chief Creative and Product Officer at Tastefully Simple. Yay! So I will do a formal introduction of Britney when we get to her segment of our meeting that's going to be filled up. And welcome, Sandy. It's good to see you down in the bottom. Yay. Okay, so I'm recording. That's what counts. So let's start with some victories. Who would like to share a victory? Big or small, Tastefully Simple related? Twyla?
I started a party today, and it's already over 200 with people asking lots of questions about how to order. So I've been having problems getting people to order, but this one looks like it could go well. So.
And Twyla, this is an online party?
It's an online party.
I'm so proud of you because I remember what you told me not that long ago.
Can't get into it. Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. This is awesome. Well, congratulations, Twyla. It's going to keep going. That's great.
Twyla, what product are they loving? I'm being nosy, Sherry. What product are they
loving? Well, somebody just asked me about the Essential 4. And the other one had $133, and she had all kinds of things on there. And one just moved to Wyoming and had questions about the altitude
cooking.
And I was able to tell her that ours had it and told her what it was. And so she just placed almost $100 order. So
brilliant. I love it.
Yay. That's great, Twyla. That's super exciting. Sandy, I think you raised your hand.
Ha! I just found out that for my cruise that I leave in a week, we got our room upgraded to a balcony. So that's a win for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And TS wise, I'm tracking some really good new team members. So
tell us more. What do you mean?
I've been reaching out to quite a few people, and looks like I'll be expanding my team again.
Yay, Sandy. That's fantastic. How many are in now? Britney. Sandy is a new team member, and Sandy, you're on my third line, so I cannot see who you're bringing on. But why don't you tell us how long you've been a consultant and how many are on your team so far?
It's February, so I've been a consultant for 2 months, and I have one, and I'm tracking 25. So
very good.
Excellent. What do you mean tracking 25?
25 people that are interested. So I guess in my experience, nobody ever says yes immediately.
Yeah.
So it's continued conversations. So it may be today, it may be, 3 months from now, it may be in a year, but they've shown interest and they just haven't figured out when the right time is for them.
That is fantastic, Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah, 25, Sandy. That's amazing.
Wow.
You just say it like 2.
I was like 25 club or 25 people. Wow.
That's awesome. And I appreciate you reminding us that people don't say yes the first time. You got to offer it again. It's a good reminder.
Stay connected. Well, keep us posted, Sandy. We're cheering you on. Is there time for one more victory? Who else would like to share?
I'll talk. As a lot of you know, I'm not physically in great shape right now, but I have been spending my time at home recreating my Facebook party, and I have 2 going right now, and I have 2 going for next week, and then a catalog party in February. So I feel like I'm getting my Simple business back off the ground and rocking it despite everything else.
Well, Desiree, that is fantastic. Way to make, what do they say? Lemonade out of lemon?
Yep.
Exactly.
So, and if anybody's going to be positive, Desiree, it's going to be you.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
So, yeah. Well, congratulations on making it happen. It was so fun to see you 2 weekends ago.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Okay, let's see. Oh, Elaine joined us, and Aaron and Teresa and Andrea Loomer. So that is so fun. And Rebecca. Let's move on to announcements. Now, remember I told you to stay up to speed on all the awesome things going on. This is called, does anybody remember what this is called?
At a glance.
At a glance. Oh my gosh, we had a pause there. It's a Monday night. This is great because it's just wonderful to have in your calendar. I mean, you can look it up too, but it's called At a Glance, and it has everything that's going on this month. So it's a great place to look at on what's going on. So I'm not going to read through it because you guys can look at that. Host specials, client specials, the Jill Challenge, a lot of wonderful things. Anybody else have any other announcements that we really should be in tune to? Okay. Well, then we're going to move on to our product knowledge segment. Every week when we do get together, we really try to have a product knowledge segment so we can help each other share wonderful products. So I gave Angie Schaefer a call, and Angie is going to do our product knowledge. What product did you pick, Angie?
Oh, it was so hard to pick one. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so I decided to do the rustic herb because I think it's one of our most it doesn't get the praise it deserves. But anyway, I used the last of it in my chicken noodle soup, and then I sold out at my expo on Sunday. So I don't have a jar to show you. I couldn't believe it when I went to my cupboard.
Dang it.
Yeah, but rustic herb, you guys, how many of you like it? Use it? Yeah, I think most of us who use it a lot, it's one of my favorites because it just a little bit has so much flavor in it. But for the new people, it's rosemary, thyme, garlic, and quite a bit of black pepper in it. But it's one that at your expo events, if you bring it to sell it or smell it, sorry, I have a bad cold, but anyway, if you have them smell it, it's amazing how many of those you'll sell. That's usually what I do to sample it. But it makes my favorite recipe. If you guys haven't made the one with the green beans, potatoes, and chicken, the braised, it's like you can make it in one pot. I make that one all the time. And every time I reheat it at lunch, everybody always asks me what I am cooking at lunch in the microwave because it's so amazing. So I want to talk about the rustic herb. If you guys are just expos, parties, just bring it and let them smell it and it will sell itself. But it's great on chicken. It's really good on beef too. Veggies, I put it in my chicken noodle soup. It's amazing on there, but so many things. And it makes a good cheese ball too, believe it or not. Somebody did it at a party and I was leery, but yeah. So there we go.
That's great, Angie. Thank you for sharing that product. I forget. I mean, I do use it.
Yeah.
You know, we used to sample that chicken, green beans, and potatoes at parties. And you're right, it's an amazing one skillet meal. So thank you for bringing that up, Angie. Great job. And I like your sniff test idea.
It sells a lot of them. Yep,
Yeah,
it sells a lot of them.
No, that's a great idea. And I'm sure others do that. So good idea. All right. Well, we are to our 10-minute mark, and I'm excited to have a very special guest with us this evening. And it is our Britney Vickery. Like I said earlier, she's our Chief Creative and Product Officer. I want to just tell you just a tish about her, and then she's going to get into her topic on how to sell our amazing new soft goods. But Britney, I didn't even have you share on here where you're located.
Georgia, baby. A little
I know.
Southern sass added in.
From Georgia. Okay. Britney is married to her college sweetheart, Darren, and they've been married for 27 years. They have a 20-year-old son named Pierce. I love that name. He's a college football player and business and finance major. They have a 16-year-old daughter, Blair. And I think Blair, is she a redhead?
Yeah. Oh, we're all redheads, honey. All of us.
And Blair's a cheerleader and involved in many school activities. And they have 2 Peaky Persian, is that how you say it? Cats.
Yep.
Minky and Bruno, and a Chihuahua Jack Russell mix named Sugar.
Yes.
Britney cannot live without her garlic, onion, seasoned salt, and seasoned pepper. Her favorite soft good is the Explorer because, heck, did anybody else get that baby at half price? Yay! Because it's so versatile and so useful. She said, I love to cook. I am a Georgia Chili Cook-Off first place winner. Please help me welcome Britney to the Dream Achievers Zoom meeting. Take it away, Britney.
Yay! I love that you guys are called the Dream Achievers. That's awesome. Sherry, has that always been your team name?
It has.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well, you guys, I love coming to spend time with you. There is really, Jill and I were talking today, and we were just talking about a couple of things that we love. And I said, you know, one of the things that I love most is being able to connect with consultants, because it is the interdependency of our model. It is what we do at HQ and what you guys are doing out in front of your clients and your new customers that you're meeting that is the magic of everything coming together. And so it really is like my greatest privilege to get to come and spend some time with you. Sherry will know from the first time we talked, I have been tapping her shoulder saying, please let me come hang out with your team. Please let me come and hang out with them and let me go to a party. And so I'm going to a party with Sherry in March, and just so excited that I get to come and spend some time with you guys in February. So I truly, truly want this to be a beautiful time of community for us. You know, I don't think we're meant to necessarily just sit and consume. We're meant to contribute. And so that's what I want this to be tonight, right? That's why we're on a Zoom and not just me doing a recording and giving it to you, but I really would love for those of you that that are on and are live, that we can just really have a time of contribution with one another, because that's really where the magic happens. So I'm just so grateful for Sherry and for her leadership and for her all the ways that I know she blesses you guys, and she's already blessed me just in my short time of getting to spend some time with her. She's a phenomenal leader, and I know you guys all feel that too. So I'm just really grateful to be here to talk about this brand new product line expansion that we have had. Now, I want to tee it up a little bit, because I know anytime something new comes around, everybody's like, everybody will say they like change until change happens. And then they're like, do I really like change? I don't know if I like this change. I don't know about this. But here's what I love about what we've done with all of us kind of showing up on the scene. And when I mean all of us, I mean our consultants, and then some of us that came on staff when we came over, and some are just team partners. But I've just been really excited about the opportunity that it really is about an expansion, right? It hasn't been about a replacement of anything Tastefully Simple. It hasn't been about we're going to do this instead of that. It really has been an expansion. And what an expansion gives you is an opportunity to really broaden your vision of what you offer your clients, right? That you all probably joined, with the exception of Sandy, because Sandy's been here for a hot minute like me. So Sandy, I love it. You and I are in the same boat, sister. Yeah, there you go. But when you guys joined, you totally probably thought, hey, I'm just joining this amazing food company, right? This company that sells outstanding food and all of these great things that I have that we consume and I get to sell again. And then we show up and we're like, hey, but what if you added a few more little fun things to the twist, right? Some exciting things to carry. And really the purpose of all of this is giving you, again, something extra to offer your clients. And it's kind of hard to walk around. Angie, I don't know about you, but probably outside of a party or an expo with you selling that amazing rustic herb, you probably don't like walk around the shopping mall with it, right? Asking people to smell it. You probably don't like go to the grocery with it, asking people to smell it. You probably don't, I don't know, go on your family vacation and head out to the beach or to the pool or wherever with that to have people smell it, right? People think you're the weird food girl at that point. So you don't really do that. So the great part about us expanding our product line here at Tastefully Simple is that it gives you something to always have with you. Your business can go with you every single place you go. And if you're like me and the rest of us that are out tromping all over the world with these phenomenal products, I'm going to bet 9 times out of 10, if you yourself are using them, what happens? Someone stops you and says, hey, I love that product. Where did you get that? Every time I'm in the grocery store with my Explorers, I take 2. Every time I take 2 Explorers and a cooler, someone says, oh my gosh, I love that. Where did you get that? And it's a beautiful opportunity to strike up conversation. So I first wanted to just kind of tee up a little bit about what in the world are we doing here And we are here to give you an expansion of the product line that you get to offer, right? How awesome is that? You've got another tool in your tool belt that you get to offer your clients. Now, a couple of things came in. Sherry sent me a couple of questions that you guys had. I think there were 4 that had come in. And so I want to touch on these 4, and then I really want to talk about how you guys are positioning all of these products, what your comfort level is, where do you need to feel a little bit more maybe empowered about how we offer what we offer, right? So Sherry mentioned and asked me earlier what my favorite product was. And in our line, it's the Explorer, because it just can go anywhere and everywhere you need it to go. It goes from the grocery store to the back of my SUV, inside my house to unloading, to back of my SUV again, to the sporting events that my daughter has with as a cheerleader. When we travel, I take it everywhere. And I take it everywhere very intentionally. So my first suggestion to you guys, before we're jumping into your questions, would be to decide now, even if you haven't been yet, to decide now to be intentional about how you weave these products into your life, right? Sherry held up the Explorer that I hope you guys were able to snag at half off. Oh my gracious, all of those, we had 750 of those available, and they were gone in under 48 hours. How awesome is that? Gone in under 48 hours, like snapped up like crazy. So if you got one, or if you've got, yes, I agree, yay, right? If you snagged one, or even if you've just picked up another product line that we have, or you got your consultant assortment and you got your great little lunch bag in it, right? Or you got your great little koozies, whatever it is. Koozie may be another weird one, Angie. We don't want to walk around the shopping mall with our koozie. We could easily get arrested with that one too. So don't walk around with rustic herb asking people to smell it. They're going to think you're weird, and let's don't walk around with koozies, because that may not be the safest environment either. But all the rest of these you can, right? But all of these products, again, are intended for you to use. So my very first challenge to you would be, find how you weave these into your everyday life. The things you are normally doing, the places you are normally going, the errands you are normally running, the people you are normally seeing, whether it's a church activity or a volunteer activity, or you're heading to the grocery store, you're going to Target, or you're going to Walmart, wherever that may be for you, weave these products into your life. I guarantee you, not sometimes, not maybe, not it might happen every now and then. I guarantee you, if you're out using the products, someone's going to stop you and say, oh my gosh, that's an adorable bag. Oh my gosh, where did you get that? I can't tell you the number of times I have been stopped just because I've made an intentional decision to weave our products into my everyday life. Commitment from everybody. Raise your right hand if you're willing to commit to weaving these products into your everyday life. Yes, I love it. You guys are doing it. Awesome. So that's number one. And then number two, the question bubbled up about competition. Ooh, I love to talk about competition. Do you know why I love to talk about competition? Because number one, do y'all know what the definition of competition is? I'm a wordie. I love to look up definitions of words. The true definition of competition, listen to this. It means it's the opposition. It means it's the opposition. It means we're automatically like kind of up in arms, right? Ooh, if we think about competition, we kind of think about things that are opposing us. And I kind of think about competition in a totally different way. I love competition. I am quite energized by competition. I love it when people say, so tell me how your products are different than company XYZ's products. I am wild about competition. Why? Because I know the quality of the products that you are offering. And you know the quality of the products that you are offering, right? So whether we're talking about our consumable products, whether we're talking about Angie's favorite rustic herb, whether we're talking about garlic or bountiful beer bread or almond pound cake, whatever it is, or we're talking about an Explorer, or we're talking about a cooler backpack, you can confidently stiffen that back and pull those shoulders back and with great confidence say, we have world-class quality products, world-class quality products. We have award-winning quality products. I will tell you right now to put the quality of our products against any other person that is on the market, anybody. The quality of the products that you are offering are phenomenal, phenomenal. Now, in addition to that, you've also got a little bit of a monetary competition on it. When you look at the competitor that sells something very similar to our Explorer and you add up all the fees and all the charges and all the things, it's a whole lot more expensive than the one that you are offering right now. You may not know that. When you actually look at everything, you are offering a more competitively priced product that has higher quality. Who wouldn't want to sell a more affordable product at a higher quality, right? So don't be afraid to talk about competition. I think competition is what makes the world go round. Competition is what should make all of us lean in and say, oh, let me tell you how our products are so great. And never have to talk about the competition. All you have to talk about is how great your products are that you offer, right? That's all people want to hear. They want to hear why you love it. They want to hear why you stand behind it. They want to hear the features and benefits of what you use it for. They want to hear how it's changing your life. At the end of the day, we're providing solutions for families, right? Whether that's putting food on the table, helping them carry things more safely to and from the car, helping them show up at their next family event with a nice warm casserole, helping them show up at that barbecue this summer with nice cold beverages and a nice chilled cheese ball, whatever it may be. You're helping families. You are providing a solution. So whether it's the food they're going to consume or the carriers they're going to use or the way they're going to feel about themselves, you can confidently talk about the fact that you represent Tastefully Simple and you want them to be tastefully simple too. I believe it is an entire lifestyle that we're selling here, folks. It's not just an individual product, okay? So competition is our friend. Competition is what we should welcome. Competition is a beautiful thing when we lean into it and we can own and know the quality of the products that we are selling. So, any questions about competition? Did you ever think about it like that? Did you ever welcome it and go, yeah, come on, bring a little competition on. I like that. Okay, cool. All right, so competition. So the next question was specifically around how long does the food stay hot or cold in the carriers and the coolers? That's going to really depend on how hot it is when you guys put it in that, right? Or how cold it is when you put it in there. So I can tell you for the food carriers, you can put it in at about 225 degrees. It will hold that for quite some time. I don't have an exact amount because meat is going to hold heat differently than potatoes would and differently than a veggie would. So there's not like a one tried and true. It's also going to depend on what kind of container you've got it in. If you've got it in plastic or if you've got it in like a stoneware piece, if you've got it in a Pyrex dish, it's going to depend on all those things. It also, for the coolers, is going to depend, are you packing it with ice or are you using ice packs, right? All those things are really going to create some fluidity on what you're able to do. But I will tell you, they're all completely 100% heat sealed. You're not going to find any leakage on any of those things. So go forth with confidence. And the beautiful thing is because they are thermal lined, here's what's really awesome. If you bought a Let's dish from the fall and winter, we talked a lot in the fall and winter about those being hot dishes. You guys, pop anything cold out of your fridge in there too. It's thermal lined. It goes either way. Same thing goes for your coolers. Do you guys do hot boiled peanuts? Is that a total Southern thing? Y'all do hot boiled peanuts? Nobody does okay, we do hot boiled peanuts a lot here in the South. Like you drive down the roads and people are selling them. They're like cooking them in these big barrels and you just can pull over on the side of the road. So some of our folks used to talk about how they would take their cooler backpacks and put the big bags of hot boiled peanuts in it. It'll keep them hot all day. So don't necessarily think just because it says it is a food carrier or it is a cooler that it can only be used for one or the other. They're interchangeable, they're thermal. Use them however you want to see fit with a hot or a cold, which to me helps with our selling points as well, right? You're not just about one thing. It can be anything. And if you're like me and you love the Get a Grip, which I adore that product, and you have gotten one of those insulators, you can pop that down in it and use it as a tote bag when you're out and about, pop an insulator in it and you've got a hot or a cold that can go in there. Same with the Explorer. The Explorer will hold up to 3 of those and you can line those bad boys up. If you're going to Costco or you're going to one of those big box stores, you can fill it up with some hot or some cold items. I know Costco has some really great like bacon take things. You can do that too. So all kinds of ways that you can really leverage those products to stay hot or cold, either one, right? The next question that bubbled up was about our warranty on our products. And I love this so much because we actually have the warranty. If you go to your website, down in the bottom footer of the website is the Love It Guarantee. And when you click on that Love It Guarantee, it talks about the Love It Guarantee, and then it gives some great details around our bags and totes and carriers and the warranty with that. So I just pulled an excerpt of that off of everybody's website. You guys can go and take a look at that too. But we warranty those from any manufacturer defect. So we all know sometimes you're going to get a product and the zipper may have a little bobble in it, right? Or for whatever reason, the handle seam didn't quite match up with the next one, whatever it may be. They are made by human beings and none of us are perfect, right? I will tell you, out of the entire fall and winter season, out of the thousands of totes and carriers and coolers that we sold, what do you think our percentage rate was of return? How many of those do you think we got back from manufacturer warranty issues? Oh, Ellen, I love you. You said 0. A little higher than that, honey. What percentage do you think we got back? Desiree wins 1%. Wow. You guys, 1%. So if that does not tell you the quality of the product that you are representing, 1% of people called back in and said, hey, I've had a little bobble with my zipper, or hey, I've had a little issue with my handle. And what do you think our amazing CS team did? Replaced it in 2 seconds and out the door it went, and everybody was honky donkey. So I think that's a really, really important piece, again, for you guys to feel empowered by, that you're representing a product line with a right at 1%, slightly less, but less than 1% rate of return on that. Huge. And we stand behind that product, right? And then the last little question, I'm going to answer this question, and then I would like to hear kind of what you guys would love to know more about. Again, if it's kind of spurred some ideas. Sometimes when you start talking, it becomes a thing where it kind of generates some other ideas. But the question was, how are the colors and prints and things like that, how are those choices made? Specifically, somebody's wanting some products for their hubby and they're wanting to know, why don't we have some other things? Well, as you can imagine, when we're launching a new product line expansion, we're going to try some things that were tried and true, right? And we're bringing the knowledge over that we had of what worked really well in our previous world. And so we're beta testing some things. We're trying some things out. Am I sitting here saying we're never going to do male-centric products? No, we definitely have got some things in the hopper that we're working on with that. But here's what I know, and I can say this because we're all women on here, I think, right? Everybody on here is a woman.
Yep.
Gals, as much as we think we show up at a party and we want to buy something for our husband, can we just have a moment here? We really don't. We want to buy it for ourselves, right? We're really, we think that sounds good. We think we're going to remember them. Sometimes we do, but the reality is 99% of the time we're buying something for ourselves or for our BFF or for our mom or our sister or our neighbor or a gal pal, right? Somebody like that. So as trending would have it, our more male-centric products have never, ever, ever done as well as our more female-centric products have. So we kind of brought that knowledge here too, and we're going to be testing some things and trying some things. So the way the product, the colors and the prints and things like that are done is we've got a committee at HQ that we start to work on, but we've got some really, really, really exciting product news that we're going to be announcing at Party Palooza this year. So you guys are the first to hear this. It's not been announced to anybody else. Come to Party Palooza because you want to be the first to hear this. So some exciting new opportunities around product and product selection and being a part of all of that I'm super jazzed about. And so we're going to be bringing that into the fold at Party Palooza this summer. So we're super, super excited. So I think the biggest thing for me around all of this is for you guys really to just embrace the expansion that these products are giving you in terms of your clients and in terms of your ability to carry your business with you everywhere you go. That really should be a huge place of empowerment. Every single product that we have developed is meant to be in support of your amazing food products that you know and love, that we all know and love, right? That's exactly what these products were meant to do, is they are meant to be in support of, to help lift and elevate all of these amazing food products that we get the opportunity to represent and to sell and also to enjoy, right? How awesome is that when we get to enjoy them? So I'd love to hear from you guys. What any other questions, or did anything I've kind of shared with you tonight, did it spur anything for you, make you think of anything? Anything you want to know more about? Anything you maybe think you're stumping your toe on, or how we can help maybe you ideate around a solution for that? Ellen, I saw you unmute.
I did. Hi everybody. The one thing that's come up in discussion is, oh my God, there's so many of these pieces, right? Yet how do you show all of them? How do you present all of them? And I mean, I had an answer for that. I mean, based on what I did in the fall season, but I want to hear from you.
Well, I'd love to know what your suggestion was first.
Well, what I did was I focused on a couple of my favorites. Like every place I went, you know, at every event that I did, I had backpack cooler. I had, you know, one of the totes. And I just focused on having a couple of things there. And of course, the big explorer. But even going into a food tasting party in someone's home, you know, it's like I used the, you know, the crock pot carrier as a carrier. I used the backpack cooler to put, you know, other gifts in it. And there was one party that I did that I put the backpack cooler in somebody's hands. And she walked around the party and she was like demoing it. And I was talking features and benefits while she was walking around demoing it. And I sold 7 of them.
What? Ellen.
So
give the girl a microphone, honey. You just trained on that.
Yeah, so the only thing that I'm telling anybody on my team is, no, you're not going to bring everything to a party. No, you're not going to bring everything to an event. But what you're going to bring are your favorite things. And that's what you're going to sell the hell out of. Just like you sell the food. You sell your favorite things like crazy. I was saying to somebody today, like, remember 100 years ago? Well, when I started with Tastefully Simple, we had 21 products. Sherry can relate to that. And every time we added more, oh my goodness, you wanted to sample everything. And then we had 30 and 35 products. And some people were trying to sample everything and were not successful as those of us that sampled 15 or 9. So always that mentality. Sherry's going to like nod her head like crazy at me because we grew up together in different states, but we grew up together. It's just the focus on the few key things. You know, there were some people when we started with meal kits that they didn't want to touch a meal kit. Oh my God, I can't sell that stuff. I can't do that. Well, then don't, but step into it. Find one favorite or 2 favorites and focus there. So that's kind of been my train of thought with the soft goods is you're not going to bring everything. And please, every time we change a pattern, don't do it.
No.
Like, don't bring a new one. Don't buy a new one every season. Just say, I've got this one. The new one's in the catalog. You love that pattern. Get it.
Yes. Ellen, I could not have said that any better myself. And I will say what you just said about not taking everything in, you guys, less is more. Less is more. The consumer's mind cannot hold what yours holds. So let's just say that for a moment, right? As a consultant and as somebody who works for HQ, we need to know the products, right? We need to know all the products. We love the products. We use them. We know all about them. But the reality is, from a client standpoint, they just need you to show a couple that you are wild about, to show a few that they might could use, and narrow in on that. One of the things that we used to train to was, if you do have a variety of these and you're kind of wondering, gosh, you know, maybe this is a new group that I'm going into party with tonight, and I really don't know, like, maybe I didn't like ask the host clearly, like what's kind of our age demographic here. I don't know if I'm going to have new moms or if I'm going to have kind of older gals. I don't really know. Put a few in the back of your car. Just leave them. And if somebody says, hey, you know, I was kind of thinking about that cooler backpack, you could say, you know what, when everybody's mulling around and munching for a little bit, I think I may have one of my products for you. That way you've got it there if you need it, but you're not coming in looking like the clunky bag lady with 87 things to show them. You're showing them a narrowed focus of what you're wanting them to see. And newsflash, I would highly encourage you to narrow in on the ones where you're going to make the most commission. Because I don't think you're running a nonprofit business, are we, gals? I think we're running a for-profit business. Make the most commission. Shall we do that? Yeah.
Yay.
Awesome. And Sherry, you cut me off when we're at time here.
Yep, we're over, but that's okay. We're still very engaged. And Ellen, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing, and congratulations on your 7 bags.
Brilliant.
That's what a great idea. Who else has a question for Britney?
Britney, I have a quick question. What's a good way to bring the bags to life on online parties? Because I do almost all online parties.
Great.
What's a good way?
Yeah. So my suggestion would be just decide the ones you want to showcase, right? No different than what Sherry and I have just kind of done when we've been sitting here, where we're talking about it. I would recommend that you maybe have a couple of things that are familiar to your clients for scale and size. Maybe they know the size of a soda can, right? They can kind of compare so they can see the things. So my suggestion would be fully prepared with a couple that are kind of stuffed out and ready to go, that you have the opportunity to just really showcase them and highlight them.
So kind of through videos or Facebook Lives or?
Yeah, I would hop in and do some Facebook Lives, and I would just, do some little things. I will say one of the things that that we have seen some great success with is filming some short, like in advance, filming some short, under 60 seconds or less, little promo videos.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, it's Angie here. I am so jazzed about this amazing cool tote. Let me just tell you, oh my gosh, it holds X number of cans, keeps things cool all day. Do a little promo piece, and you've got that you could just schedule and pop into all of your online parties. So it takes a few minutes to kind of film those and set those up, but you guys know, my goodness, you set your phone up, you put it on the stand, you go. Angie, I can already tell you're a whiz at that. That's what you do. So you know how to do that. So yeah, so just go ahead and grab some of these products, do some highlights of them, and then this is the little piece that I think oftentimes we miss. Can I offer you a little suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of every one of these, at the end of every one, drop it in the comments and tell me where you would use this, or how you would use this, where you would take this product. Because here's the thing about online. Online parties, we have to create engagement. Do we not? We have to create engagement. You throw the ball to them, they catch the ball, they throw it back to you. You throw the ball, you catch the ball, you throw it back to them. You've got to create a dialogue. So we've got to be careful that we're not just putting out videos or lives of just us being a talking head, but that at the end of every one of those, we're giving them a call to action, something to put in the comments, and then you're playing ball with them in the comments. You're tossing that with them.
Thank you.
So absolutely.
Great point. Hey, we have time for one more, you guys. Anybody else have a good question or a question you want to ask? I will share with you that when Brittany and I had dinner not that long ago, I said, so Brittany, how are the soft goods doing? And she goes, good. And I said, really? And she said, you know what, Sherry? And I think I've shared this with some of you. It takes 18 to 24 months for a new product line to really take off. Okay. So it hasn't been 18 months. Has it even been 8 months? I mean, I think it came out October 1st. So I was relieved to hear that, right?
Yeah. We have to give some time for things to shake and bake. We got to give some time for people's comfort level to rise and for you guys to weave them into your life, right? I mean, you have to use them to fall in love with them, to talk about them. You really kind of do. And I often say, I've said over the years, I don't have to love it to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys would agree. You don't always have to love it to sell it, right? You've had people that have come up and wanted to buy something that you sell that you don't particularly love yourself. Doesn't mean you're going to go, no, you can't. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sell that to you. I don't love it, so I can't sell it to you. No, you sell it to them, right? But I do believe if we can all commit to weaving these products into our everyday life, you're going to find out how much easier it makes everything. And it's a conversation starter. It's a conversation starter.
Perfect. Well, Brittany, thank you so much. I know it's 20 to 9 here, but I know it's 20 to 10 for you. So thank you so much for your willingness to accommodate our schedule. We really appreciate it.
I could talk product all night long. So this keeps me energized. I'm gonna have a hard time going to sleep now. So that's just what's gonna happen. But it's awesome.
Can I just share something about selling what you don't love?
Sure.
So this goes back to 23 years ago. There's a product that I really don't love that we've had in the line for several years. And I sell a lot of it, but I don't like it. And just either tell stories. Okay, so it's bacon. And I just started like telling stories. Like
Yep.
first time my sister used bacon in scrambled eggs for my brother-in-law, he just looked at her and said, "How the heck did you chop that bacon so small?" Or
That is awesome.
put it in like chop meat for burgers, and like people buy it and people will continue to buy it. But just with your philosophy of, you know, I can't sell that to you, I don't love it, I would never have sold any in 23 years.
Correct.
I just think it's funny that no, it's how it's going to benefit somebody else, not what it's doing for us. So,
Amen. And I used to always say that's when you borrow a story from a friend, right?
There
My
you go.
friend does XYZ. So yes, beautifully done.
keep borrowing stories.
Keep borrowing stories. Thank you
Thanks,
so much
Ellen.
for having
Thanks,
me. I really
Britney.
appreciate it. I'll jump off and let you guys keep going.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here. Bye.